All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4 of the Sportsbook Show to be named later. I'm your host, Snake, aka Jake, or the other way around. Joey is joining us tonight from an undisclosed location. Uh, he's probably going to be the only guest tonight. We're recording late. I was at a ball game tonight. Louisville and Columbus playing AAA baseball, and Clippers were absolutely shellacking Louisville. Ended up being 12-3 by the 7th. We had to leave. We had to leave early. Couldn't convince the wife to stick around that late. So we had to bounce, but it wasn't looking good for my bats. AAA affiliate for the Reds. Anyways, we had quite a week 3. Yours truly had a good college football week. Everything else was a shot in the dark, but we'll quickly pull up these results here. We'll go to the standings first. So, Joe, you can follow along. But as you can see on the screen here, guys, your boy took home the gold, netted 96 fake money. TBD, you'll see why I said that. I didn't update the rankings. We had some bets that were going on actually that ended today that ended up not paying out. So this is the accurate amount. This is the accurate total. Clayton came in second here this week. Joey out of the cellar in third place, netting $2, gets in the green. Sammy's down. Sammy went down a little bit as well. Sabo hitting one prop, but that one prop was enough because John only hit one of his bets, and it was the smallest one. So John is going to be in our punishment this week. Unfortunately, he's not here with us this evening, but we'll let you know what his punishment is going to be later into the show. Let's go to the results here. So we'll start with yours truly. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. I had Syracuse Notre Dame money line. Both were at plus 198, which was generous, I thought. For both games, Syracuse was hosting Liberty, and Notre Dame was neutral site against Wisconsin. The score was much closer the game was much closer than the score indicated in the Notre Dame game. We had 2 late pick sixes, but ended up pulling away and winning awfully comfortably at the end there. And then Dak and Jalen, there was a point in the game where we needed both of them needed a rushing touchdown, but there was a point in the game that Dak definitely crossed the end line for a score from all replays, everything we were seeing, and they didn't call it on the field. And then Zeke ended up scoring, which ended up helping me in another fantasy league against Joey this week, but we won't have to talk about that. And then Jalen Hurts never got it going on the ground, so that one did not work out. I know it's not updated, but it did not win. Sergio ended up flirting with it. That would have been a huge bet, huge one to hit. But he ended up with Ryder Cup scoring. You get a total of 5 points possible, 5 events. He was at 3, and the leader was at 3.5, who was John Rahm, the world number 1. And Rahm ended up losing a singles match, so all Sergio had to do was win his singles match, and he would have had 4 points total, which would have been the top Euro point score, but wasn't meant to be. Bryson DeChambeau ended up beating him. So that one didn't win, and then my Champions League parlay didn't go as planned because both of my first 2 teams here, Man City lost to PSG yesterday, and Chelsea lost to this afternoon. They just lost to Juventus. Ajax won handily, or however you pronounce it. Liverpool won, and Munich absolutely steamrolled whoever they played today. Anyways, Big L there. Let's go to Clayton. Had a second place finish this week. Went 3 for 5 with his picks. Not nearly as risky, but ended up paying out pretty well for him. Pittsburgh decidedly not covering this week, hosting Cincinnati. We'll get to that game later, I'm sure. Cleveland -7 at hosting Chicago, won with ease. About as miserable a performance I've seen since the Bengals handled Johnny Manziel in Cleveland as far as a rookie quarterback performance. Just had a party in the backfield in that Chicago backfield for Mr. Fields. Myles Garrett had himself a field day. New Orleans and New England, the under hit pretty handily. It was a great pick. Daniel Jones not throwing an interception, huge. That was plus 110, and then his parlay, Philly didn't win, but LA did, which was kind of like, I think that's where he got most of his odds from to make it such a big parlay. But the Giants also trolled, and I think they lost, so didn't hit for Mr. Walters. But he was looking at a nice 141 pocket in 141 there. Let's go to Joey next. The man does not pick 5 picks, but he will stay with his tried and true Pittsburgh Steelers to see if this trend continues tonight. Once again, Steelers did not cover. I'll throw it over to you real quick, Joey. Do you have any thoughts on this game? Everybody saw that clip. 19 targets. No. But is it going to get any worse, honestly? Can it get much worse? It's just, 57 attempts for Ben's not going to get it done. They had time of possession for sure, but you just felt like whenever Ben's checking it down and just counting on Najee to pick it up. Now I understand. No, Deontay Johnson, he's definitely an outlet that Ben counts on. Yep, and then. Maybe we'll see more. We'll probably see more Freiermuth as the year goes on, but not having DJ, not having Tuitt, and not having Highsmith, yeah, that was huge. Cam Hayward still feasted on our center, but for a rookie guard in his first start on the road at Pittsburgh, I was nervous as hell, and he was able to manage. They broke the sack. They broke your guys' record. Right. Well, looking ahead, that schedule is looking tough. So I'm just glad that we were able to catch you for sure. Call me Nostradamus, but I envision this being a big letdown year for you guys. So hopefully this trend continues to go this way, I really, really, really need them to have a losing season. So even if they get to 8 wins, that's fine. As long as they have 9 losses, we're in business. So not this year. Not this year. He needs 9. I don't think he's getting to 9 this year either after last week. But anyways, who knows? That defense, if they're healthy, I think you saw what can happen week 1. They can go that travels and they can keep themselves in the game because I mean last year even they had pretty much nobody or year before, I don't know. Defense seemed the last few years just keep you guys in the game and then the offense would figure it out. But it's looking bleak right now if Ben's gonna play the way he is. If you would have told me they're 1-2 after week 3, I would have told you their one win was going to be against Cincy. So who would have guessed it was going to be against Buffalo? All right, let's move on. Tough Steelers Bengals talk. If you guys didn't know, this is a heated rivalry in this friendship here. So let's go to weekly results again. After Joey, I believe was Sammy. Sammy also had Notre Dame money line, and then Washington football team seems to be a common theme for Mr. Dyer. Did not hit. Saints Pats did hit. Well done. That was also on Clayton's card, I believe. Tampa didn't win. Rough looking LA. LA looks like as big as LA looks as good as any team in the league this year, and then Steelers once again hurting 3 of our panelists this week. Don't know what you guys are seeing in that one, but well, we talked in way too much about that game. So let's move on to Mr. Sabo. Yeah, Mr. Prop himself had 1 prop to hit, and that's all he needed. It was Stafford and Brady over 599.5 passing yards. Won it easily. They were both over 300, well over 300, I think. And then, so I mean, hindsight, it looks like a great bet, but obviously that's a lot of yards to get. But great bet. And then Lamar didn't quite get it going. I think Detroit was last week, the Justin Tucker game. Didn't quite get. I forget what he missed on that one. Didn't hit. Saquon. Okay. Saquon 61.5 rush yards. I don't know what he ended up with. He did end up in the end zone, so that was nice. Okay. CMC getting hurt doesn't help. And then Tyreek of all. What's that? Oh yeah. You spend that first pick on a guy keeps getting hurt, doesn't help. That first rounder, man, you just gotta get lucky. You just need him to stay healthy all year. Tyreek over 8.5 didn't happen. Lost to LA, and Galladay I think and Cooks also hit. So who would have thought that the 80.5 receiving yards for Tyreek was going to be the thing to hang it up. Right. All right, going down to our basement dweller here now. John Nostradamus, as he's referred to on this show, had a big Premier League win, or so we thought. Bengals Pittsburgh first drive did not end in a field goal. That was what was voted on later after the show and post game. The post game presser after our show last week was voted on as being the biggest gamble in my mind. And then Rutgers versus Michigan. Over. That was about as low scoring a Big Ten clash as you could find. That never had a chance. Cal money line at Washington was his biggest one. They went to OT and lost. And then Tennessee, I think every other one in those in his parlay hit except for the Titans there. Titans over. So that one hurt. That would have propelled him into first if that would have hit, but it didn't. So sadly, Mr. Gast is in last place. Quickly look at it again. He is in the lead for season total still. However, we go week by week here in the Sportsbook show to be named later. So let's get started with our weekly picks. We'll save Nostradamus for last because I have a special surprise for him at the end. We'll go to Mr. Walters like we usually do. So week 4. Let's see if I can open this. Okay, well, that's all we got on my screen. So we got Detroit. Sorry for not making it bigger, folks. Detroit +3 at Chicago. Depending on who's playing quarterback here for the Bears, it's going to determine whether or not I think Chicago's going to have a chance to compete. If they throw if Andy or Foles play, I feel like they're going to keep it close. If Fields plays again, you either are going to win that game by a bunch or you're going to get absolutely murdered. There's no in between. So he's taking the gamble on the Lions, playing tight with every team basically they played this year. Chicago being probably the worst. I know. I as much crap and flack as Dan Campbell's gotten this offseason, I really like how the Lions have been playing this year. And as well as Jamar Chase has been, Sewell, the left tackle, he's been incredible. So like either way the Bengals went, like I feel like they couldn't have gone wrong either way. So good for Detroit. I like watching them succeed up there. And then we'll go to the second pick here. Cleveland -2 at Minnesota. This seems a little homerish, but hey, you got a good team. You got a good team in Cleveland on the road against a pretty feisty Minnesota team. I don't think Minnesota's as bad as people think. That's why that line is so close. We'll see if they get up and play for a really tough AFC NFC matchup here. Not sure what the history is in this matchup at all. I know Cincinnati earlier this year beat them in overtime, but that was at Cincy, so this one's going to be at Minnesota. Not to say that Cleveland and Cincy are the same teams by any means, but this could be a tough road matchup for Cleveland. Sneaky test. We'll see if Dalvin Cook is healthy. That'll be another major key. I know he's still questionable right now. Madison, yep. He gets a lot of catches. Yeah, Kirk is like one of the top. I think he's top 5 fantasy QB right now. He's lighting it up. They're just not getting it done in the win column. Except they were able to pull it off last week. I think last week. Anyways, Washington football team at Atlanta. The under 47. Interesting pick. I mean Heineke is. I'm not buying in yet. Once Fitzmagic's back, that's when they're going to start lighting it up. But I mean, Atlanta's got what seems to be a good offense on paper, but they haven't really done anything all year. They had a big win last week. It just depends on how you view the Giants. We'll see what happens. Tampa at New England under 49. I like the under there. I feel like New England's going to show up defensively at the very least. I don't know if they're going to be able to score or not, but Tampa's going to be. I mean, Tom's going to be obviously motivated. We don't need to get into that history at all, but I saw some fun prop bets on who was going to catch his record-breaking passing yards to eclipse the record. I saw former BG Falcon Scotty Miller at plus 1,200, and I was really tempted to throw that on there, but who the heck knows if he's even going to be on the field in the first half? So who knows? And then he's got a moneyline parlay. Looks like 7 teams. He's got Cincy. Cincy's got the Jaguars tomorrow. at home. Kansas City is at Philly. Tennessee, I can't remember where the Titans are. They are no, they're at New York. They're at the Jets, I think. Yeah, they're at the Jets. Buffalo has got hosting the Texans, and then Detroit, as you can see, is at Chicago. So he's got two lines bets in his card this week, and then Cleveland, obviously at Minnesota, and Tampa at New England. That's a 1150 parlay. I feel like his biggest risk, I guess, is going to be Detroit in that list. I think everybody else favored. I mean, Cleveland and Minnesota is almost a pick 'em, but so Detroit and Cleveland are if those two games, yeah, yep. I see. I see. He's predicting losers already in his his picks here. I don't think he meant to do this. It's probably in the template that we provide, um, that he provided for us. That he says Detroit and the parlay is gonna lose. But anyways, Sammy, let's continue on to Mr. Dyer, college football fan that he is. I think BC is hosting Clemson this week, plus 14.5. I know everybody is just absolutely down on Clemson right now. BC's having a decent year, I guess, but this is I don't I saw it and I think stay away. Their defense, I mean, it's not money line. He just needs to cover, but their defense is still pretty deep. Is still pretty decent. Venables still got the guys playing well. Just not. I mean, NC State's not a bad team. I know everybody's going to give them shit for that, but NC State's a pretty solid team this year. Fortunately, Notre Dame I don't think has to touch them this year, so that's good. Anyways, BC's got a shot to cover there for sure. With how bad that offense has looked, I'm sure that's what Sammy would be talking about right now. Is the offense just look pitiful on the road. Hopefully BC shows up for Sammy there. He's got Browns -2 as well. We don't need to go into that anymore. Once again, keeps the Washington football team on his card. He's got he's got the Washington football team -1. Daggone it. Who are they playing this week, Joey? Um, can't remember. Okay, that might as well be a pick 'em. Holy cow! He's just doing it just because he's had him on his card the last 4 weeks, but he's also got Detroit money line. Very similar cards. I feel like Sammy and Clayton must live together or something to be sharing all these picks or something. That's awfully strange. And then he's got a parlay for the spreads here. It looks like alternate spreads. So that's not the Cincinnati spread right now. So he's got Cincinnati -1, Detroit plus 9.5, KC -1.5, Green Bay -1, Tennessee -1, New Orleans -2. So I mean, yep, decent odds, 510 to win, 25 to win, 152. So good luck to Sammy this week. Not a terrible looking card. The Atlanta Washington game is like a corner TV game. I don't know if I ever want to really tune to that one, but how it is. Yep, Joey, I'll have you take it away here. Unbelievable. You call yourself a fan. One loss to the Bengals, and just all hope goes away. When's the last time that Cincy beat him at Pittsburgh? Was it 05? Like, no, it had to be close sooner than that. 15? Okay, I knew it had a 5 in it. It wasn't 05. That 15 makes more sense, yeah. BG money line. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're 17-point dogs at Kent State, but I mean, last week they were 31-point dogs or whatever at Big Ten Minnesota. So they. If you would have had that money line last week, it was plus 2,500. Just incredible. It was. I could not believe what I was watching. Go Falcons! Talent up. All right, continue. Right. Cards Rams is going to be your toughest one there. Ravens. The Ravens also are dogs, aren't they? Wait, don't the Ravens have the Raiders? Wait, no. Denver, yeah. That who knows? Denver hasn't played anyone yet. Anyone good? So Denver's also hurting. So we'll see what happens. Sharps like you are moving that line, Joey. Sharps like you. There you go. Just keep digging at it. Yep, chip away. All right, thanks, Joey. We'll go to my picks just in case Sable hops on here. I've got my picks here. Okay. I have got 4 plays this week in the golf tournament. PGA Tour's back. Sabo, if he was here, would be able to help me out with a little more analysis. You guys are gonna have to bear with me here on mine. I've got the Chilean Mito Pereira to beat Cameron Tringali and Keegan Bradley. I believe the odds might just be for their Thursday matchup, but we're going to treat this as for the entire tournament. I really don't know how it didn't really explain on the sportsbook on how this pays out. So until I actually make a bet like this, I really won't know. But we're going to treat it like for the whole tournament. So I've got 33 to win 99. I typically try to keep every bet to 100 just in case I only hit one of them to try to get my money back. That's what I've been doing. It worked last week. Just hitting 2 got me in the green pretty well. So I got a Canadian next, Taylor Pendreth, the bomber. This course is going to benefit guys of his skill set. They have a lot of par fives. They got some drivable par fours. So you're going to have guys that are going to be going for the green quite a bit. This is one of them. He had an excellent Korn Ferry Tour last year. Got his tour card. And I'm having him beat some Canadians, such as Corey Connors, Mackenzie Hughes, among others. $15.38 to win 99.97. I've got Sergio Garcia to miss the cut after betting on this man to be the top Euro. I want to see a little hangover driving down the Mississippi from Wisconsin this week and seeing him just have a rough first 2 rounds in Mississippi. That was plus 230 odds, $40.46 on this one to win 133. Now, Albatross, you might, for those of you not know, that's going to be a double eagle in golf. So you would be making it on a par 5 or a hole in one on a par 4 or making it on your second shot. Bear with me here. We got a lot of notifications here for some reason. Anyways, Albatross, I say yes this week. We got a lot of bombers in the field. A lot of guys are going to be going for the green. So we'll see what happens here. I was just about to say you might recognize the 666 bet. Who knows if this is going to bode well or not? But plus 1400 to win 99.90. We'll go with whatever it takes. If I got to make a deal with the devil, you got to make a deal with the devil. What can I say? This tournament's going to be in Mississippi. Yes. Yep, the devil's going down Mississippi this week. That's right, Joey. All right, this is going to be a same game parlay. Save the best for last here. We are going all in on Bengals this week. I know you guys can't see all this, and I think I screenshotted it. I'll be able to pull it up on my phone here to get the full, I want to make sure I read this correctly for those of you who can't see this. Okay, same game parlay. Sorry, the screenshot I didn't realize I trolled until now. I've got Cincinnati minus alternate line minus 9.5. Got to win by 10. I've got Joe Burrow, 300 yards, over 300 yards passing yards. Jamar Chase over 89.5 receiving yards. We've also got there we go. Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. So just scores a touchdown at any time in the game. We've got Joe Mixon also anytime touchdown. And then the last thing you can't see there is Cincinnati, 1 sack. Just need one or more sacks in the game. Got the odds. I had a huge NFL parlay that was at about 2,200 odd, 2,200, and I just scrapped it. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna try something different here. We're gonna go same game parlay, mix it up. I only got $4.50 on it for a 2,200 chance. Or the odds are 2,200 plus 2,200 to win 103.50. The things that I think rose the odds quite a bit were the alternate spread, 9.5. Joe Burrow is predicted at like 250 passing yards, and then Jamar Chase is predicted at like 60 receiving yards. So those three things definitely raised the odds. The touchdown also was pretty plus odds for Chase. The one for Mixon, he was one of the more likely ones to score. So that one didn't raise it much. And then the sack I just threw it in there. I was like, they're gonna get a sack. They have to get at least one sack in this game. So if that's the thing that makes this parlay lose, I will be quite upset. But that's what we're working with. I know that's part of the reason I put it in there, just because I was like, you know what, like the Bengals. I almost checked to see if there was like no sacks on Burrow too, just to go like back to back weeks with no sacks. But I wasn't feeling that spicy this week. So, anyways, let's go to. Well, we don't have Sabo's picks, unfortunately. Let's see if he texted me or not. He said he'll send his picks during lunch break tomorrow. Well, that really helps our live show, doesn't it? Anyways, we'll go through his picks next week, ladies and gentlemen. You'll just have to wait and see. But I'm sure all five of them are going to be prop bets, so we'll go with that. Anyways, for our lovable loser, Nostradamus, to start his card, we're going to show his parlay first. He's got Baltimore +1. So basically money line, but he gets a push, I guess. I don't know. If he pushes, he gets his whatever he put down on this. What's it going to be? I don't remember what he put down on it. I think it's in another screenshot. But anyways, Green Bay, he's got money line. So he doesn't have them covering like the Steelers fan in the group does. He just has them winning. So. And then Cleveland -2. That seems to be a very popular pick amongst the crew. Almost too popular. Okay, and then Cincinnati -7.5. That was the actual spread. That wasn't an alt spread. Bet 20 to win 184.94. As you can see right here, plus 824 odds. I'll post it in just for clerical. Reasons, I'll post it in our spreadsheet, our template, just to make it a little more neater. His next pick is going to be LA, Arizona, halftime, full time. If you were with us in week 1, John hit this on Monday Night Football with the Raiders-Ravens game. Incredible finish. This is where Nostradamus started. We'll see how this goes. Should be a great game. So he's got Rams at halftime winning, and then Arizona coming back and winning the game. I believe that's how that's written. Almost certain. So that's plus 850 to bet 10 to win 95. And then we've got Notre Dame -4.5 alternate spread to beat UC. Cincinnati. A lot of ties with Notre Dame coaching staff. We haven't really talked about this game yet. I had Notre Dame money line in my card up until last second. Changed it to a lot of golf picks. Not that I'm not feeling confident. I just it just wasn't worth it. It was like plus the spread earlier this week was like UC -4.5 or something, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be able to hammer Notre Dame here. For money line, I think it probably was at like plus 150. I don't know what it was at, honestly, earlier on Monday or right after the Wisconsin game. I was shocked to see it, see them in plus money and not being favored at home. UC's a good team, solid team. This is going to be by far the biggest challenge they have this year. It's going to be the only challenge, I think, the rest of the way for them. If they get past this game, who knows? If teams keep slipping up, they could squeak into the playoff. Be cool to see, but I think they do it once. Once the committee does this once and shows the world what a non-power five is against Alabama or Georgia, they're never going to do it again. So best of luck if you guys get past Notre Dame here. Nobody wants the 4 seed this year. Nobody wants to face Bama. But anyways, they're looking a little more. They're looking a little more. I don't know, gettable. I'm trying to think of the word, but as far as Notre Dame goes, I love this. Love this play. I don't know about the 4.5, but I love money line this week against UC, hosting UC. He's got betting $5 to win 14. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose was to do this, but anyways, the reason that he's not, well, he has one last bet. Sorry, he bet 15 to win 33.75 on the Browns-Vikings offensive score on the first drive of this game. And so offensive score, I assume, is just points. So you need a field goal or a touchdown, I believe, on the first drive from either Cleveland or Minnesota. Loves the first drive bets, does John. And didn't quite work out like he had hoped last week. But anyways, we're going to quickly go to my screen here. I can't share my screen with you, Joey. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm going to go with, here we go, Brentford at West Ham odds. Let's see if I can go to DraftKings Sportsbook. You guys get to see this live here. I don't know if it's gonna let me pull it up or not. Yes, it is. All right, get it out of here. Thank you for the quick start guide. All right, this is his bet this week, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be $50 on Brentford at West Ham at Brentford, I believe. Let me see. I'm not sure. So this is going to be his bet here. We're going to the Premier League. John, for some reason, wants to push this agenda that he is a massive, and if you'll say massive once again, West Ham fan, big Hammer fan, whatever the heck this means. I guess it's from some movie. But anyways, Brentford just got relegated last year and just came back. Was relegated the year before, or hasn't even been in the Premier League for I don't know how long. He's going to be rooting for Brentford, however, those bees or whatever the hell they're called, against his favorite team ever, the West Ham Hammers, whatever they're called. Anyways, he's got $50 on Brentford winning by 2 goals, plus 1,100. This is going to be his final bet to close out his card. I mean, it's doable. Brentford's been playing well, but I mean, it's obviously not likely. It's plus 1,100. So that's going to be John's punishment to root for a team against his favorite, what he claims to be his favorite team, West Ham. If it's $600, so he will be pretty tough to catch if this ends up hitting. So I'll be a little upset. If John would have joined us tonight, I would have had him do a 16-leg parlay for every single NFL game this week. Which would, if he would have hit that, he would have been like $750,000. So obviously that one is much less likely than this one. So at least he has a prayer for this, I guess. But it's gonna be tough for Pendreth to win by 2 goals. Just money line itself was gonna be plus 380. So that's what we're looking at for old John. And now we're just gonna have to. I mean, we'll see what happens with Sabo's picks. Quickly, we're not gonna be doing North and One this evening. Josh is not gonna be joining us. I'll just quickly show you guys what we're looking at for my picks this week. I believe that's week 3. Here we go. Let me pull this up. Maybe. All right. I've got Cincinnati. Here, let's pull it up here. Go back here. Pull you up. There we go. I got Cincinnati -7. Atlanta +1.5. Obviously, I have the alt spread for this, but for the line that we're using for our purposes here, we're going to go -7. Washington, Buffalo. I got Houston covering. That's a huge line. You just hold your nose, look away, and just pray that they keep it close. So +16 for the Texans at Buffalo. Detroit, Chicago. I got Detroit +2.5. Seem to be a common pick this week with the boys too. Carolina, Dallas. I've got Carolina covering. Really like what Matt Rule's doing over there in Carolina. Dallas. I think I do like Dallas this year. I just think it's too much. I think they'll keep it close. Carolina will, excuse me. Indy at Miami. I've got Indy covering. Not a divisional game, is it? Yeah, it is. Divisional. Wait, no, it's not. Not a divisional game, but I feel like Miami's a little down right now. Brissett, I love him to death, but I don't think Indy's going to let him torch him by any means. And Indy keeps it close. Kind of almost must win for them already. Cleveland at Minnesota. I've got the Vikings covering. In fact, I like Minnesota money line, to be honest. I think it's a trap game for Cleveland. I think it's going to be a real tough test. But anyways, I got Minnesota +2.5. New York at New Orleans. We'll go Giants +8. I don't even know what to think of New Orleans right now. I want to think that the Giants should have won last week, and that line would have been a lot closer. But since they lost, I think they're giving too many points to New Orleans this week. I'm going to keep Giants +8. Tennessee at New York Jets. I got the Jets, so I'm big on the New York teams this week. That probably doesn't bode well for myself. KC at Philly. I've got Kansas City winning pretty easily. I'm not a fan of what's going on in Philly right now. They beat a bad Atlanta team. And New York maybe. I don't know if they got 2 wins or not. But anyways, not a fan of what I'm seeing in Philly. And I think Kansas City is they're just pissed after 2 straight losses. They're not gonna lose 3 straight. Now they haven't covered a spread in 12 straight games or something ridiculous, but we're gonna go with Kansas City -7 this week to break that trend. I've got Arizona +4.5. I think they could do it money line too, but just for our purposes, I'm going Arizona +4.5. LA obviously looks incredible, but I really like what's going on in Arizona. Seattle at San Fran. I got another road NFC West team beating the home guys. San Fran, not sure what to think about them. Seem a little fluky, and the fact they're favored over Seattle right now after Seattle's lost to Minnesota, I believe. I think Seattle's going to want to come out strong, beat them pretty soundly. Baltimore at Denver. I got Baltimore. I think Denver. We're all gonna know more about the Broncos after this week to see if they're legit or not. This is gonna be their first major test. Give me Baltimore. Give me Lamar, and we'll see what happens here. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. I got the Packers -7. Until who the heck knows what's gonna happen with the defense. I don't know if guys are coming back or not. But Green Bay's coasting right now, and yeah, yep. Tampa at New England. Tampa Bay coming back home. Lot being said about this game. Everywhere else, you're not going to hear it here. You don't have to hear any analysis coming from us about this. I got Tampa -7. I don't think New England's going to be able to move the ball at all. I think it will be low scoring, so that under should hit for one of our guys. I can't remember who picked it. But I like Tampa -7, and then Vegas and the Chargers. I was going back and forth. I really couldn't make up my mind. I've been down on the Chargers all off season leading up to this year, And then what I saw in Kansas City, I was just like, you know what, this team's looking pretty legit, pretty for real. Herbert, I have to hear all these. He's so good. He's the best rookie in the class for last year, and yada 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 yada. Well, he's starting to look like an all-pro quarterback here. He's doing extremely well, and Mike Williams seems like he's healthy for the first time in his entire career, and he looks like a wide receiver one right now. Um, that's not to say that Vegas couldn't absolutely win this game. They've been winning all year, but give me the Chargers at home -3.5, and that's what we're looking at this week. As far as my record goes, quickly pull it up. Season long pickup. No, that's not season long. That's not it. Where am I going? I'm 24-23 on the year right now. 24-23-1. Excuse me. We won't go to Josh this week. Josh's not joining us. Not going to roast the guy. He's had last week he actually beat me in our head-to-head picks. If you wanted to know, he went 8-7-1. Big push on that. Wait, no, that was week 2. That's my picks. Never mind. Here's Josh's. Josh went 7-5 on his card that he does every week on his Twitter page. JC North, I believe, at JC North. If you guys want to keep track of that. Had a good week last week. And then as far as the other games go, he also went 7-9. We actually tied, excuse me, when we picked the head-to-head. So it wasn't the greatest week last week for both of us. We'll see if we can get it back on in week 4 here. As for myself and Joey, thank you all for joining us this evening. We will be back hopefully next week, at 9 p.m. sharp Wednesday. Till then, best of luck to all your bets this week, and best of luck to our contestants. Worst of luck to John in his Brentford pick. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.